Mr. Speaker, tomorrow, Republicans in the House are holding a hearing blaming the Obama administration because thousands of children and young adults are fleeing 3 countries in Central America seeking safety in the United States and other countries. The premise, as far as the Republicans on the committee are concerned, is that President Obama has not deported anyone or enforced any immigration laws. As far as they're concerned, the president's executive actions, which we should remember are for a different set of immigrants altogether, and which Republicans have delayed until the Supreme Court decides on a lawsuit this summer. But Republicans see them as a clarion call to everyone in these 3 particular countries to attempt to come to the U.S. It is not the rampant murders, the extortion, the forced conscription into street gangs, or the utter collapse of civil society and civil order that is driving people to risk their lives to seek safety here. No, it is that president that Republicans love to hate. He's to blame. I hope that at least a little time at the judiciary hearing on Thursday will be devoted to the problems our government faced over the past couple of years in handling young and unaccompanied asylum seekers from Central America. We know that some women were kept in lockups too long, that the term humane family detention is an oxymoron, that children were released to guardians who did not have the children's best interest in mind, and that some were forced into human trafficking situations, and we should have been more vigilant. Those are the issues I hope we can focus on. We should be asking, how can we remain a society that protects the innocent, cares for children who have put themselves in our care, and does so in accordance with the laws of this nation and the laws of basic decency? Unfortunately, at this point, we know what Judiciary Committee hearings are not about. They are not serious attempts to craft legislation that creates an immigration system that works for the American people. Hearings in this Congress are not about how the Congress can create legal and controlled immigration alternatives so that people do not try to come illegally or spend thousands of dollars on smugglers and traffickers. We will probably not discuss how a generation of temporary protected status for certain immigrants has not created a long-term, sustainable situation in immigrant communities or sending countries so that immigration is safe, legal, orderly, and voluntary. We will spend a lot of time discussing whether President Obama is to blame, but very little time actually discussing why people come in the dead of night, holding on to a freight train and running a gauntlet with smugglers, and not what can be done to have immigration where people come in the light of day with visas, passports, and a plane ticket. We simply will not discuss how we get from this broken reality to a feasible and sustainable future of immigration. Rather, the Judiciary Committee will continue to feed the hucksterism and red meat politics that Americans hate, and they hate it with good reason. In the years since 2007, when President George Bush started ramping up raids and deportations, right through the 2 million deportations of President Obama, I can honestly say I have not seen such fear and anxiety in immigrant communities, where mothers and fathers are keeping their children out of school because of the fear of being arrested by immigration authorities. The home raids announced by the Obama administration around Christmas have struck a nerve. They have sparked rumors and panic and have multiplied as city after city has experienced raids or rumors of raids. Children taken as they go to school. Yes, as they go to school. The government has stopped them and arrested them. The fear and anxiety has nothing to do with Donald Trump or the fantasy that he has of deporting millions of immigrants or barring people from this country because of their religion. The fear and anxiety is born of decades of congressional inaction and leaders in Washington hoping the problem would just go away. But we will not be discussing that at the hearing tomorrow on Thursday. The path forward that will allow the country to move beyond the legislative roadblock imposed by the opponents of legal immigration. We will again not discuss how we make progress, but rather, yes, how we blame Obama. For all of the Americans that want a legal and accountable immigration system, and all of the families that fear a knock on their door, this Congress again seems to have nothing, and to do nothing other than to let the demagogues and fear rule the day. Mr. Speaker, that's a shame.